Hello, how are you? This is week 2 of our Books and Play Discovery series. Dear Zoo, it's a cute one and it's all about zoo animals, yeah? Which you can tell by the title really. For this one, let me run through the educational benefits. There's a little bit of cutting out in this one. I wasn't too happy with myself. I'll give you some options there as well, but all up still it was within an hour that I'd completely done the whole book, plus the cutouts for the Valentine's pack, so probably about 40 minutes, 50 minutes. Anyway, so we've got the educational benefits all on the back here. The ones that are highlighted are the ones that are covered in this pack. The goal is to cover all of these repeatedly because our little ones will learn from repetition over the course of the series. Yeah, so bilateral coordination and crossing the midline. I don't know whether you're sick of me banging on about those ones. They're very important for our little ones. Crossing the midline is our right side crossing over to the left. So picking up things and putting it onto the paper, or completing a puzzle, or reaching across the table to grab something. Same with our left side going across to the right. Bilateral coordination is where both hands are working together in the middle to tie shoelaces, rule up a page, eating dinner with a knife and fork, doing up a zip, those sorts of activities. We've got cutting, so there's cutting out. Depending if you've got a 2-year-old that isn't, using scissors yet, you'll do the cutting for them, but for older kids, you can get them to cut out. We've got sequencing, so telling the story in order. We've got vocabulary, we're working on adjectives and I think opposites. We've got comprehension, so understanding what's happening in the book and then being able to retell that. We've got patterns, so not in the sense of A, B patterns, but rather recognizing patterns, so picture patterns. I'll show you that in a sec. Attributes, so the different qualities of animals, and then classification came into that as well in science here. We've got animals as far as learning about animals, and we've also got them in our world as well, so animals around us in our surroundings. Sorry, you can hear my neighbours there. I'm just going to close that. The air conditioner just may whistle a little bit. All right, so going back to the beginning, we've got our adjectives. Now, I've put this together as a lookbook, or what we call lookbooks, just because it means that when you accidentally fling your folder around, the pieces don't go flying out. You can keep them in glad bags if you want to. I've just found it easier to keep it all together in the book. It's entirely up to you how you do it. With all the Velcro that we've used with the lookbooks and whatnot, I've got a ton of the loop side left. So I just, instead of worrying about measuring it out or whatever else, I've just stuck a strip across. Again, completely up to you. Just use dots or cut them into pieces if you want to. So for this one, pull them all off. So you can do this one without reading the book first as an extra challenge. So for older children, you can try and do it in order. Yeah? So we'll mix up the pieces. So I've got a frog first, or at least half of one. And our frog in this book was very jumpy. As an extension activity, you could act out the actions. That's not going to work for all of them, although it'll work for a good deal of them. We've got our snake, who was scary, so you could practice pulling scary faces. You've got a cheeky monkey who was naughty, so you could practice naughty actions, what a naughty monkey might look like. And we've got a lion who was very fierce and angry. Again, you could practice those faces in the mirror. We've got a camel who was grumpy. So these are all our adjective words. They're describing words. We've got our elephant, and he was too big. We had our giraffe, and he was too tall. And we had our puppy dog, who was perfect. There you go. So the story, back to the story. You can get it on YouTube. Obviously, these don't come with the books. Yeah, you can look it up on YouTube or just get it from anywhere that sells books, basically. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the gist of the story is I wrote to the zoo to send me a pet, and they sent me an elephant. And then you can discuss with your little one, is that a very good pet? Is that going to fit in your bedroom or your lounge room? Is it going to sit and watch TV with you? He was too big, so I sent him back. So in each page, the kid is sent a different animal, and the giraffe was too tall. The lion was too fierce. The camel was too grumpy. The snake was too scary. The monkey was too naughty. I should have gone slower because now I have to remember all these in order. The frog was too jumpy. And the puppy was perfect. So I kept him. There you go. So the next activity, this is the recall and the comprehension coming into play. Let's ignore the bottom one for a minute. And I'm going to probably need to refer to my book, which is fine. Now I'm going to remember this better backwards, I think. And you can always do it more than once. So I remember the puppy was perfect. The frog was too jumpy. The elephant was first, I think, and then the giraffe. Oh, yep, and these three I'm not sure, so let's go check. Okay, we've got elephant. Then we've got our giraffe. Sorry, let's move this down a little bit. Then we've got our lion. There we go. Then we've got our camel. I was focusing so much on the book, I didn't bother trying to remember. Then we've got our snake, which leaves our naughty monkey in the middle there. Again, depending on the age of your little one, an older one may be able to remember, particularly if it's a favourite book and they've read it over and over and over. If you've got a younger one, do exactly what I did. Do the beginning and the end that you remember, if you remember. Otherwise, just do it as you go through the book. Yeah? And you can do that on YouTube as well. Just use your play and fast forward. Now, this is the cutting out one, but it's so cute. So I've given you a page of animals. Look at all the animals. But it's a zoo. Yeah, let me just go closer. So you've got a bird cage. I'm going to stick the camel in here because it's a little bit deserty. We've got a nice green bit. We've got vines up the top, so I think a monkey might go there. I think we've got some water creatures. I know there's a crocodile, he'll fit in there. And there's some sort of hut here. There's the food, another hut here and another one there. So this is a zoo map. Now, this purely fun, yes? But you're also going to learn from it as you describe the animals. You can describe the noises they make. You can go through food chains, what animals eat what. Probably not in a zoo situation, but in the wild. You can talk about colours and... Actually, let's do colours. We can group the different colours. So this is a classifying activity. Now I know a bat's not all purple, but he's got a fair bit of purple. I can see some green animals straight up and some yellow ones. Do you see there's a ton of different things? Yes, they're a pain in the backside to cut out. Again, they didn't take too long. Just stick on a good movie. Hang on, let's finish off brown and grey, black and white, black, brown, grey, brown. They're mostly brown. There you go. I hadn't even planned that activity. But that's another thing you can do with them, yes? You can do ones that hop, so your kangaroos and your frogs. You can do ones that fly. You can do four-legged animals. You could do flying animals. We've got bats and birds there. You can do birds. There's a ton of things, yes? So just keep that in mind. Keep that discussion going. Keep that vocab. Yeah, those discussions and just learning, and as you do the activities, if you keep your chatter going, your kids are like sponges, yeah? So you can set it up. We'll talk about where animals live. So the birds are in the bird cage. We'll stick the camel in the deserty sort of section. A gorilla, he can go up the back with the trees. They don't really climb trees though, do they? I think they hide in vines and ground more. Maybe he'd be better over here. Do you see that discussion happening? Snakes, maybe that could be a reptile hut thing there. Giraffe may go at the back. Monkey hanging from the vines. Crocodile in the water there. Our chameleon will go in the little lizard hut. Sorry, you can't see on the camera there. Hippo, probably not with the crocodile. Let's stick him in that pond. Elephant can go there. And you can keep going with this, yeah? Oh, I like this one. I spent way too much time doing it, but I had lots of fun doing it. I hope you see that when you get your packs. I really do put lots of effort and do enjoy these, making them. All right, there you go. There are our animals. And what have we got next? I love this one as well. I've never done this before, but Danny from Play Inspired Mum asked me to do some pattern ones. So this is what I meant where we're actually looking at picture patterns rather than say AB patterns, where you've got red, blue, yeah? So peel them all off. Again, up to you whether you want to stick them in the book or not. Mix them up. I did this with my boy earlier. I mean, he's 13, but he still had fun. All right, so we've got green. We're going to match that up. Can you see that there? And this is the skin of a crocodile. And we've got this one. So I'm doing this because I don't have anyone to interact with right here. But with your little one, match them up first. Who do you think this belongs to? And if you get stuck, they're pulled off of these animals here. Yeah, so if you spread them out, you'll recognize the patterns. This one is right there. Can you see that there? Here's our hyena. This one's pulled from our snake. So instead of correcting them if they get it wrong, you could maybe point to the picture or have a look or discuss it through till they get it themselves. So prompting as we go. This one's peacock. This one is a hedgehog. That one's tricky. This one's from our parrots. And we've got tiger skin. Or patterns. There you go. And the last activity is one for you to do at home, obviously, with your favorite pet. If you don't have a pet, do your favorite teddy or a pet that you would love to have. Yeah, so my boy did this for me. So our cat's name is Bobby. We call him Kit though. I haven't read this yet. Bobby's favorite thing to do is sleep, eat, poo, go outside and sleep again. There you go. And he is soft, happy, small, lazy, friendly, and naughty. And he's drawn a picture of the cat here. Yeah, so again, you've got those descriptive words and opposites in there too. All right, I hope you enjoy that. I had loads of fun making it, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.